Hi everybody, so this is the video for page 71 in your Explorers, okay, and this is following up what we've been learning the past couple of days in our Explorers, where we've been learning about different materials and different natural materials that come from plants and animals and things that we use to make our clothes and things around our houses and all of that, okay. So we're going to be doing a design and make activity today, and we're going to be making a hat. Now I've actually going to split this page between 2 days. Okay, because this will take you a little bit of time to do, and I don't want you to have to spend the whole day at it. Okay, so I'm splitting between 2 different days, but I'm only going to make the one video. Okay, so I'll explain to you which bits I want you to do the first day and which bits I want you to do the second day, and then I'll also put it on the Padlet on next to the video as well, what you have to do each day, just to remind you. Okay, now of course if you want to actually do the whole thing in one day, that's totally fine too. Okay, so the first activity, it says, is you're going to test. So we're going to be making a hat, okay, and you're going to be using different materials that you can find around your house. So you must think about these questions before you start making, and it's like writing your stories, boys and girls. We never launch straight into doing something. We always come up with a little plan. We put a little bit of thinking into it before we start. That way then, when we have a good plan and when we've put some designing into it and when we've put some thought into it, it'll turn out much better in the end. Okay, so these are the questions that you have to think about first. First question is, who will wear the hat? So is it going to be for you? Is it going to be for your mom? Is it going to be for your baby brother? Okay, who is going to wear the hat? Maybe it will be somebody, maybe you think a gardener might want to wear the hat, or maybe you a policeman or whatever. So you must have a think about who you think will wear the hat, okay? And obviously that's going to have a huge bearing on what type of hat you're going to make. Where will the hat be worn? So will it be worn outside in really strong weather? Will it be worn indoors? Will it be worn to an event? Will it be worn to a wedding? Will it be worn to a communion? Will it be worn to a party? And number 3, what will the weather be like? So obviously if it's going to be, weather for our hat for cold weather, it has to be kind of like something kind of warm. If it's going to be something for warm weather, something light. Okay, so there are 3 important questions to think about before you do anything. Okay, so that's like a little brainstorming session here. Okay, then here it says test different materials. Make a list of materials that you need. Okay, so maybe cardboard, maybe you might need sellotape, maybe you might need scissors, okay, maybe you might need paper, maybe you might need paint, maybe whatever you have at home. And if you have a look in your recycling bin at home, you're going to find loads and loads and loads of stuff. Like even when I open my recycling bin here, it's up to the top. And there's different shaped plastics, like even if you were to use, those salad bowls that you get your lettuce and all of that in, those bowls would be a perfect shape for hats. So if you actually go out to your recycling bin and use a little bit of imagination, you'll find some fantastic things that you can use there when you're listing out your materials. Okay, now this is step 1. Step 2 then is plan your hat. Okay, so you're going to draw a picture of your hat here. Now, if you feel that space is too small for you to plan your hat out on and you'd like more space, you can work on it in your project copy. Okay, so you have much more space in your project copy. If you want to draw a bigger picture and if you want to put in more labels and all of that, you can do that. That's totally fine. If you want to just keep it in the book and keep it all together on one page, this is fine too. Whatever works for you. So when you're planning your hat, you have to draw it. You must talk about what shape it'll be, what colour it'll be, and what it'll be made of. Okay? So these are the 2 steps I want you to do today. The first day, explore and plan. So here is where you're looking for all your different materials, you're gathering, you're thinking, okay? You're doing this little brainstorm session here. And then step 2 is you're going to draw your hat. You're going to plan out your hat. You're going to plan out how you're going to make it. Okay? It's not just, if you just draw your hat, that's fine, but you need to think about how you're going to make each detail. You might draw a really big elaborate hat which is really cool and has loads of detail here, but then when you actually go to make it, you might realise that you don't have half the materials that you need. You don't have half the you don't know how to make a certain part of it. So put a bit of time into the plan of it, okay? And don't include anything in the plan of it that you don't have at home, you know. So like if you're like, just for example, that salad bowl idea I was saying earlier on, if you are planning to use something that shape, like the plastic salad bowls, and then you go to make it the next day and you don't even have the plastic salad bowl, then you're going to have to come up with a new plan, okay? So make sure when you're doing your plan that you have all the materials that you need. You do not need to go out and buy anything, okay? Everything you have will be at home. Look in your recycling bin, ask mom or dad about what materials that are lying around the house that aren't being used. Maybe an old tea towel, maybe an old towel, maybe an old t-shirt. You know, you might find loads of different things. Maybe you have a dress-up box at home and you could use some materials from that, okay? So the first day is exploring. So that's like having a brainstorm, gathering all your materials, having a look at what's there, doing your plan, making sure that you have everything that you need for your plan, and remembering all these questions when you're doing your plan here. And remember what I said as well, if you want to do your plan, if you want more space, if you want more room to do your plan on or your drawing on, you can do it into your project copy, okay? So then, the following day then, you're going to make your hat and we're going to evaluate. Okay, so you're going to make your hat, and what I'd like you to do here, boys and girls, is I'd like you to take pictures of you doing this, okay? Because I'd love to see the pictures of you working on this, okay? So maybe you might get mom or dad or an older brother or sister to take some pictures of you as you're making your hat, okay? All right? I'd love to see pictures of you making your hat, and I'd love to see pictures of you wearing your hat as well, okay? So, you know, take a bit of time with that. Don't rush into it just to get it done quickly. Spend a bit of time. I'll be looking forward to seeing the pictures and all the different creations that you come up with. And then when you've finished your hat and you've completed it and you're happy with it, you have to answer these questions here. Okay, so we're evaluating. When you're evaluating something, excuse me, when you're evaluating something, it means that you are looking at the finished project and you're saying, okay, is it good? Is it bad? Am I happy with it? Am I sad with it? Am I disappointed with it? Am I delighted with it? Okay, so what worked well? So you must talk about the things that worked well. Maybe your plan was really, really good and then you knew exactly what to do. Okay, maybe you had really good materials. Maybe you had really good ideas. What did not work well? Okay, so maybe you didn't put as much time into your plan as you should have, and when you went to make it, you couldn't make what you had designed. Okay, maybe you didn't have the materials. Maybe what you planned was too hard to do, and maybe you had to reassess. And maybe that will happen to you, boys and girls, that maybe what you plan here will actually be too hard to make, and you have to make a second plan. And that's totally fine. If you have to make a second plan, and just say, for example, that you have drawn your plan in here and you've gone to make it the following day, and then you realise, oh no, this is too hard to make. I'm going to have to do a different plan. That's fine. Just do a different plan into your project copy. Okay? And then, would you change anything? So we always ask ourselves this question, and designers will always ask themselves this question as well. When they're finished something, would they change anything? Is there anything that they could improve on? Anything that they change? Anything that they could do better? Okay? So you can answer those 3 questions when you have made your hat. Okay? So I hope I've explained that okay, boys and girls. I want you the first day to do your brainstorm, collect all your materials, make a list of everything that you need, do your plan, and then the following day then you'll make your hat, and you might have to do a second plan. Your plan A might not work, you might have to move to plan B, and then I want you to evaluate your hat as well. Okay? And if you can, I would be delighted if you could send me some pictures as well. If you can't, there's no problem, but if you can, do. Okay? All right. I hope you enjoyed that activity now, boys and girls. That's something nice to do. Okay? But best of luck.